You ever love someone so much that watching them slip away feels like drowning with your eyes wide open? That's what happened to Maya. She wasn't weak. She was exhausted. Not from love, but from proving she was worth being loved back. And when she finally whispered, "I'm tired of fighting," he had two choices. Let her go. Or learn how to fight for her in a way that didn't break her more. Asterisk. Maya wasn't the kind of woman who walked away easily. She wasn't the kind who gave up when things got hard. She stayed. Longer than most would. Longer than she should have. Her friends used to tell her, "You're too patient, Maya." But patience, to her, was love. She believed in forgiveness. In second chances. In staying even when it hurt, because love meant commitment. But commitment doesn't mean self-destruction. For 7 years, Maya built their world from the ground up. She turned their apartment into a home, filled with scents of cinnamon tea and hand-painted photo frames. She handled bills, his mother's medication, and even the emotional labor that Ayaan never realized she was carrying. Ayaan, he was good once. Charming. Ambitious. He made her laugh until her stomach ached. But somewhere between promotions and pressure, he stopped seeing her. Stopped hearing her. He was busy, always busy. Meetings. Deadlines. Clients. Too tired for conversation. Too distracted to notice the light in her eyes dimming. The things that once connected them, late-night walks, silly texts, shared playlists, slowly disappeared. She tried to talk. Once. Twice. A dozen times. Every time, he'd say, "You're overthinking again, Maya." And every time, she'd shrink a little more. The truth? She wasn't overthinking. She was underloved. The breaking point wasn't loud. It was quiet. That Tuesday evening, she sat on the kitchen floor for 20 minutes, crying silently between a bag of spilled rice and a bottle of olive oil. She had just come back from a long shift. Her back hurt. Her heart hurt more. He walked in, phone in hand, asking where his files were. Not one look at her swollen eyes. Not one question. Not one, "Are you okay?" That's when it clicked. She was invisible. Not because she didn't matter. But because he had forgotten how to make her feel like she did. So she stood up. Wiped her face. And said the words she had rehearsed 1,000 times in her head but never had the courage to say aloud. "I'm tired of fighting, Ayaan." He looked up. Confused. "I'm tired of feeling alone in this," she said. "Tired of carrying this relationship on my back while you keep disappearing into your own world." "I love you," he replied automatically. But love isn't supposed to feel like this, she thought. She took her bag. Her keys. And walked out. Not slamming the door. Not breaking anything. Just, gone. Ayaan didn't panic at first. He thought she'd cool off. Come back after a few hours. Maybe a day. But a day turned into 3. And the silence that followed was louder than anything he'd ever experienced. The house was too clean. Too quiet. No humming from the kitchen. No coffee mug sitting on the sink. No Maya. He opened the closet. Half of it was empty. He checked her social media, deactivated. He called her phone, straight to voicemail. Texted, "Please come home." No reply. That's when fear set in. He wasn't just missing her presence. He was missing her essence. Ayaan sat in their living room, staring at a photo from their honeymoon in Murray. She was wearing that yellow sweater she hated. He loved it. Said it made her glow. Now, he could barely remember the last time he complimented her. He thought of all the times she tried to talk. All the dinners she ate alone while he took calls. All the birthdays he missed for emergencies. And how he made her feel like she was asking for too much, when all she ever wanted was to be seen. He cried. But this time, his tears weren't about losing her. They were about the man he had become, and the woman he had pushed away. So he made a decision. He wouldn't fight to pull her back into the same broken cycle. He would fight to break the cycle entirely. He started with therapy. Hard at first. He didn't want to admit his flaws. But week after week, he began to see how deep the wounds were, his and hers. He called her sister. Asked how she was. Didn't ask for help. Just listened. He mailed her a notebook, a gift. Inside, he wrote. Page by page, you wrote yourself out of pain. I hope you keep writing, even if I'm not part of your story anymore. But if I could be, I'd learn every chapter. She didn't respond. But she read it. Maya sighed. Maya didn't stop loving him. She just started loving herself more. She learned to cook for one. Got a puppy, named him Simba. Took solo walks. Went back to painting. And for the first time, she felt light. But she also felt the ache of missing what could have been. So when she got his letter weeks later, not a text, not an email, but a real letter, she cried. Not because she was weak. But because for the first time, he wasn't asking for her to return. He was asking her to heal. They met again after 78 days. Ayaan stood nervously at the park bench they both loved. She walked slowly toward him. No makeup. No armor. Just her. And when she sat down, he didn't touch her. Didn't beg. Didn't ask. He just looked at her and said, You said you were tired of fighting. So now, it's my turn. But I'm not fighting for you to come back. I'm fighting to become the man who should have never made you feel like leaving. She looked at him. Really looked. And for the first time in a long time, she saw someone trying differently. When someone says they're tired of fighting, don't Han.